we sat on a prototype for years. We did get it tested through consumer product testing, had tried it on a handful of our friends' babies, enough to know it was functional and was going to work.
Yeah, but it was still very iffy, right? I mean, we're just like, is this going to work for a mass population? But at this point,
is that when you guys had decided on the mold? Because one of the things I remember from that time is you guys were kind of on the various designs, you were really agonizing over making a decision on what is the design, because the mold was so expensive to get it originally produced.
You're right. So while we'd settled on the design, we knew from a prototyping standpoint.
Yeah.
But one of the things that you find in a manufacturing capacity when you're going into, say, you have a patented or utility design product, we were doing something never done. Our pacifier is twice as soft as any other pacifier on the market. So even the manufacturer who was in the baby products industry manufacturing like millions of other brands and types of pacifiers, they were like, we've never done anything like this before. So when we were going into the mass manufacturing process, we had hit a lot of hurdles in terms of, the curing process and the rejection rate and how many, products we were able to get off the line at any given time. So to go into that
help
process,
it was during COVID season as well.
Right. So, you kind of throw all those things on there. But when we sold the heating and cooling company, Jane and I, at this point, we were all in financially to make this Ninni Co company, make Ninni Co this was our plan. This is all we had. And when we stopped and we thought about it, we said, okay, we're using money from the sale of our company. That was our runway for life, right? And at this point, I had actually even had a third child in 2020. So I'm at home with a newborn, right? Now I'm actually, at home breastfeeding, I have 2 older children and we're doing this whole thing. And Jane was working with the engineers at the manufacturer in upstate New York, working on tweaking the design. Now, we had taken money from the sale of the heating and cooling company to invest in the tooling for this product. The tooling had made it to the manufacturer and it wasn't pulling the pacifier off of the manufacturing line that we could use in babies' mouths. It wasn't turning out right. Jane, you went through a lot.
Yeah, it was like one of those roller coaster times because you finally raise the money, you have the design, your prototype works. So you're like, it's going to come out beautiful and everything's going to be great. Then we got our first one and it just wasn't pulling the way it was supposed to. You couldn't manipulate it. And I'm like, something is off. And at the time, it was our product engineer and the manufacturing engineer. So once we got down to the nitty gritty, we found out that they had actually thickened the wall slightly when it went over from our CAD drawings from prototyping into a product engineering.